Myself is Risha, working as assistant professor in MR College of Engineering and Technology in Mechanical Department. So, as test class, we discussed about the entire introduction of Unit One. So this is the Unit One. So Unit One already we know already we discussed about some topics like production planning and control. So production planning is a managerial function which is mainly concerned with the following some important issues. Those are all we have discussed in previous let's just read it. And first of all, already we discussed the objectives and benefits. So what are those objectives and benefits? Minimize cost, maximize profit, maximize customer service, minimize inventory investment, minimize changes in production rates, minimize changes in workforce levels, and maximize the utilization of plant and equipment. So those are all the objectives and benefits for production planning and control. Now we look at the function of a production control. What is the function of production control? Production function encompasses the activities of procurement, allocation, and utilization of resources. So when we encompasses, so what is the activities of procurement? What is the allocation and what is the utilization of resources? Right, and the main objective of production function is to produce the goods and services demanded by the customers in the most efficient and economical way. So that is the most important. What is how to produce the goods and services and how much of demand by the customers, and if you have more demand and get the more efficient and get the or improve the economical way also. So therefore efficient management of the production function is of utmost importance in order to achieve this object. So those are all the for a function of production control, right? And this is very important, and this is the organization chart for production planning control department. So this is the chart. So in our production planning control, we have production planning, production control, inventory control. In production planning, how to plan the production. So first of all, we do order booking, and next production budget, production budget, material records, methods, missions, and tools and jigs, operation layout, time estimating, schedule. Those are all the terms regarding to production planning. And next we are go to production control. So what is the production? Now we controls. So when we are control, so in dispatching we control the production and expediting. Expediting is nothing but follow how the material is going, when it places. So those are all the follow up. So expediting is nothing but follow up. So in dispatch and expediting, we should control the production. So next is inventory control. In inventory control, what it means that stores management, quality control, handling, receiving, simplification, and standardization. So those are all the terms regarding to inventory control. So this is the chart of organization chart, and a block diagram depicting the architecture of control system is shown in figure. So this is the architecture of control system. So what is the architecture of control system? So important functions covered by production planning and control function in any manufacturing system in table 1 long with the issues and to be covered. So here first of all, what is our requirement and what is our plan and how to execute and find the result. If your result has shown in the monitor, so if it is any wrong and should control it, and if it is any require, and we should go for requirement. So this is for the architecture of control system chart. And next, this is the production planning controls. So product design and development. So if you want to product, what are the main functions? Product design and development. So how to the issues to be covered: customer needs, market needs, availability of similar product, demand supply gap, functional aspects, operational aspects, environmental aspect, etc. That is for the production design and development. And next, demand forecasting. What is the quality and quantity and demand pattern? And capacity planning. So capacity planning, now how many number of missions and number of toolings, number of workers, number of flow lines, and quality, quantity, and rate of production, demand pattern, everything how taken from the capacity planning. and equipment selection and maintenance. So equipment selection and maintenance, not in here, number of missions, type of missions, quality aspects, quantity aspects, rate of production, cost of equipment, support from the supplier, maintenance policy, storage of spare parts. So everything for equipment selection, maintenance. And next, tooling selection, how to select the tool. So that is the compatibility between workpiece as steels, number of tools, their cost, their material, etc., storage policy. And next, material section management. What are the types, specification, quality aspect, quantity aspect, cost, supplies, reputation, lot size, inventory levels, setup cost, mode of transportation, everything in material selection management. And its process planning. In process planning, generation of manufacture instruction, selection of mission, tools, parameters, sequence, etc. And next, loading. In loading, division of workload. So division of workload, assignment of tasks, uniform loading, mission matching between capability and capacity with the job requirement. Those is for loading. And routing. So already we discussed, routing is nothing but path selection for material movement as per the process plan, and loading, and the minimum material handling and waiting time. So those is for routing. And next is scheduling, time based loading, start and finishes time, due dates, dispatching rules, and rescheduling is for scheduling. And expediting is nothing but progress, is nothing but follow up, that is nothing but the expediting. That is operation scheduling, and order and progress reporting is nothing but the expediting. So those are all the for functions on how to be issues to be covered. Okay. And next, types of production system. In types of production system, this topic is very important. So a production system can be defined as a transformation system in which a seasonable, saleable product or service is created by a working upon a set of inputs. So inputs are usually in the form of men, mission, money, material. So those are all the input for the system, production system. And finally we got the finished product is a output. And production systems are usually classed on the basis of following: is the type of product, and rate of production, equipment they used. So those are all the production system classified. So there are broadly classified into three categories. So what are those three categories? Or shop production, shop production, and second one is batch production, and third one is mass production. Now we are discuss the shop production. Job shop production is nothing but, in this system, products are made to satisfy a specific order. However, that the order may be produced only once or irregular time intervals, as and when new order arrives, or at regular time intervals to satisfy continuous demand. So this is we do only once, and if your irregular times, new orders are arrived, and irregular times, if you are regular time, the continuous demand in job production. And next, the following are the important characteristics of job type production system. Is machines and methods employed should be general purpose, as the product changes are quite frequent. So machines and methods are employed should be general purpose, as product changes quite frequent. So how we can change the product frequently. And the planning and control system should be flexible. So every time we have to change the production whenever we have the deal. So that is the meaning of that. And manpower should be skilled. So in this job shop production, so man should be definitely skilled person, and enough to deal with changing working conditions. And the next one is schedules are actually non-existent in the system, as no definite data is available on the product, because of our production is changed every time. So that is why we're not getting the exact data for every time. And the next, in process, inventory will usually be high as accurate plans and schedules do not exist. And next is product cost is normally high because of high material labor cost, because of skilled person, and because of it is not frequently job when the new order issues. So every time we have to change that too. So that is why we are getting, it is a very product cost is very high. And grouping of missions is done on functional basis, nothing but lead section, milling section, so grouping of missions. And this system is very flexible as management, and that is nothing but every time we have to change because it is a flexibility, it is not a standard. So if you want to do on lathe mission, and if you want to change the lathe mission instead of milling mission, so that is a very flexible as a management has to manufacture very varying product types. And the material handling system are also flexible to meet changing product requirements. So material handling system also very flexible in job shop machining production. And next we are going to discuss the topic of batch production. In batch production is the manufacture of a number of identical articles either to meet a specific order or to meet a continuous demand. So batch can be manufactured. So this is also the same thing. And in regular times, whose demand when demand is raised, and repeatedly at regular times to satisfy continuous. But our job is working continuously. So if it is a regular time, but when our regular time when the demand is raised, we do irregular also. But in regular time, it is we are doing the continuous. And those are all the characteristics of batch type production. As a final product is somewhat standard and manufactured in batches, and the economy of sale can be availed to some extent. And actually, some missions are grouped on functional basis similar to the job shop manufacturing. And the third one is semi-automatic special purpose automatic missions are generally used to take advantage of the similarity among the products. So here we are use semi-automatic and special purpose automatic missions. And so that is why we have very more advantage in batch production. And the labor should be skilled enough to work upon different product batches. They're also the same thing. And in this process, inventory is usually high owing to the type of layout and material handling policies adopted. Because of your our process inventory is usually very high because of our demand is very continuously, because we are doing the doing the work like a batches. So that is why we are getting the inventory is very high. And the semi-automatic materials handling system are more appropriate in conjunction with the semi-automatic machines. Okay, so those are all the characteristics for batch production. And next, mass production. In mass production, same type of product is manufactured to meet the continuous demand of product. Usually, demand of the product is very high, and market is going to sustain some demand for sufficiently long time. So every time it is continuing. So those are all the characteristics of mass system. Is as a product is manufactured for sufficiently long time, and because of mass production is nothing but our workers continuously doing. So that is the meaning of mass production. So as same product is manufactured for sufficiently long time, machines can be laid down in order of processing sequence. Product type layout is most appropriate for mass production. And second thing is standard methods and missions are used during part manufacture. The most of the equipments are semi-automatic or automatic in nature. Okay, materials handling is also automatic. Semi-skilled laborers are normally employed as most of the facilities are automatic. Because of it is automatic, so the display or skilled lab is not required here. In my job production in job shop and batches, definitely we want skilled labor because of those are semi-automatic, so that is why we required skilled labor. So here in mass production we don't need any skilled lab because of we are using automatic machines. And cost of production is also low because of we are using the automatic machines, so the work is very low. So that is why cost is also very low. In process, inventories are low as production scheduling is simple and can be implemented with ease. And next is product 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 design is a strategic decision as the image and a product turning capacity of a small firm depends largely on product design. So once the product to be produced is decided by the entrepreneur, the next step to prepare this design. So product design consists of form and function. The form of designing includes decision regarding its shape, size, color, and appearance of the product is very important. And the functional design involves the working conditions of the product once a product is designed. Okay, once a product is designed, it prepares for a long time. Therefore, various factors are to be considered before designing it. So we have to, when we want to design a one product, and definitely we have to fix it how it designs. So those factors were used, and when it is designing the product, so what are those factors are, and we should follow these factors. We have to design the before the product. Okay, before the designing the product, we have to follow some factors like standardization, reliability, maintainability, servicing, reproducibility, sustainability, product simplification, quality commensuration with cost, product value, consumer quality, needs and tastes of customers. Okay, so above the above the above all the product design should be dedicated by the market demand. It is an important decision, and entrepreneur the and therefore the entrepreneur should pay due effort. Okay, so what is the time, energy and attention in order to get the best results. Okay, so here already we discussed the types of production is continuous production, job or unit production, and intermediate production. So for continuous production is nothing but merely it refers the production standard products with a standard set of process and operation sequence and anticipation of demand. So it is also the continuous production. It is also known as a mass flow or assembly line production. So that is nothing but continuous production. The job unit is also is nothing but already we discussed, and it involves production as per customer specification. Each batch or order consists a small lot of identical products. And intermediate production, under this system the goods are produced partly for inventory and partly for customer orders. So partly for customers and partly for inventory, so that is nothing but intermediate production. So here the components are made for inventory, but they are combined differently for different customers. Automobile plants, printing presses, and electrical goods plants are example for this type of manufacturing. Intermittent production. So in this intermittent production, first of all, under this system the goods are produced partly for inventory and partly for customer orders. So components are made for inventory, but they are combined differently for different customers. So those are all the examples. And the production and operation systems. So first one is continuous flow type, and next one is production mass production type, batch type, and job flow type. So this is the diagram production and operation system. And marketing aspect, sales and marketing is a key function whose participation is often hard to analyze. And next, sales and marketing are critical functions in this process, and since they provide the starting point of the planning and scheduling process, the forecast and customer orders demand. So that is nothing but all the marketing aspect, and they are also vital for the viewpoint of providing the proper customer perspective whenever changes need to be made to plans and schedule based on mismatches of resources to customer demands. And next, only with a proper level of participation in planning and scheduling can sales and marketing optimally and leverage its performance in creating a trusting and consensus-based working relationship with manufacturing, purchasing, planning, engineering, and all other functions in the company. Okay. Um, and next, those are all the factors for standardization and standardization. Okay. Now here the topics are completed, and we will discuss another topic on next class. Thank you, students.